The two bishops working together are an incredible force, dominating both the light and dark squares. Notice that Black's king is locked in a diagonal prison. There is no way to escape the bishops. The two bishops are powerful, but are they strong enough to checkmate the king? With the help of the white king, the two bishops can force the king into one of the corners and deliver checkmate, like this. After bishop e6 check, Black's king is forced into the corner with king h8, when white wins the game with bishop d4. Checkmate. Let's learn how the bishops and king can work together to set up this winning position. The bishops and king are all in their starting positions, and Black's king is in the center of the board. But with careful play, Black's king will be forced into a corner and checkmated. Since the bishops can easily move across the board, taking time to activate the king is a good plan. After king e2, Black's best try is to stay in the center of the board as long as possible with king e4. But what happens if Black plays king c3? After king e3, if Black attacks White's bishop with king c2, after bishop d2, notice that Black's king is already stuck in the corner when White will use the same ideas we'll see in the main position to checkmate Black. After king e3, the only way to try and escape the corner is by playing king b4. Black hopes to move to c5, but White takes the opposition with king d4. And after king a5, king c5, Black's king is forced back with king a4. When bishop d2, forces the Black king toward the corner where it will be checkmated. Black's best attempt to avoid being forced into the corner is by playing king e4, staying directly in the center. White wants to prevent Black's king from moving back and forth on the fourth rank and forces it backwards with bishop e3. After king e5, king d3, if Black plays king f5, White will prevent the king from returning to the center with king d4. So Black tries to stay in the center with king d5. How can White force the Black king out of the center and make Black retreat? That's right, with bishop d4. Step by step, White is pushing Black's king backwards, forcing it closer and closer to the back rank. After king d6, White gains more space with king e4, controlling the center and also opening up another diagonal for the light-squared bishop. After king e6, White's light-squared bishop joins the action with bishop c4 check. Black tries to stay on the sixth rank with king d6. Can you see how White can force Black's king to retreat again? That's right, with bishop d5. After king d7, White's king marches forward, taking control of more space with king e5. Black plays king c7. White improves the dark-squared bishop by playing bishop c5. The bishops working side by side greatly restrict Black's king. After king d7, White is now able to force Black to the back rank with bishop d6. After king d8, White needs to bring the king to one of the corner squares to deliver checkmate. Let's force the Black king to h8. White begins this plan by playing bishop e6, keeping the king stuck on the back rank and preventing the king from moving to c8. After the force king e8, notice that bishop c7, preventing the king from moving to d8, allows the king to move to e7. White prevents this by playing king f6. And after king d8, what is White to do? King f7 would be stalemate, and bishop e7 would allow the king to escape the back rank with king c7. The simplest choice is to play a waiting move, such as bishop e5. Black is now forced to play king e8. By using a waiting move, White can now prevent Black's king from moving to d8 and start forcing it toward the h8 square with bishop c7. After king f8, White wants to prevent Black's king from moving to e8. Don't ruin all of your hard work by playing bishop f7 when the position is stalemate. How else can white prevent black from moving to e8? That's right, with bishop d7. After king g8, black hopes to move off the back rank with king h7 on the next turn. Let's keep our king active and keep black's king on the back rank with king g6. Black now has a choice, f8 or h8. If king f8, black is trying to escape with king e7, but this is easily stopped with bishop d6 check, forcing the king toward the corner with king g8. And after bishop e6 check, king h8, the king is checkmated after bishop e5. Checkmate. If instead of king f8, what if black tries to play king h8? Watch out for bishop e6, stalemate. White should restrict black's king by playing bishop d6. Now the king cannot escape the corner of the board. After king g8, the king hunt ends after bishop e6 check, forcing king h8 and bishop e5. Checkmate.